noches de alegría, de gusto y de regocijo, porque hospedaremos aquí a la Madre de Dios Hijo. This is the final verse that is sung by both groups in a posada. In translation, it means that this is a night to celebrate. This is the night of joy and happiness because we accommodate here the God's Son. And aguinaldo is a bag that is given to the children and even adults that participate in a posada. They represent both my Mexican and Catholic culture. And by learning more about an aguinaldo, you can learn more about the true significance of a posada. First, I will talk about the history of a posada and why it's celebrated today, and then I will talk about why I identify with this culture. And then finally, I will explain what the posada means to me. According to the Catholic Diocese of Salt Lake City in 1578, an Augustine missionary named Friar Diego de Sonrilla introduced this novena, which means 9 days, in the Church of Alcama in Mexico. He did this to combat the Aztec custom of honoring the war god. His intention was to establish a Christian devotion, which would honor the Holy Child at the same time replace the pagan rite. A posada is celebrated mainly in Mexico, Guatemala, and southwestern United States. In today's day, a posada is a 9-day celebration that begins in December 16 through December 24. The reason it's 9 days is because it represents the 9 days that both the Saint Virgin Mary and her husband Jose would walk to find shelter while she was pregnant of God's Son. And it could also represent the 9 months that she was pregnant with God's Son. The festivity begins like around sunset, or you could say like around 8 o'clock, and it starts with like a short Bible prayer, and it is then, and later this traditional song is sung. There's two groups that sing the song. One group is outside, and usually the hosts are the group inside the houses. The song goes back and forth until the hosts inside the house agree that the group outside the house could go inside. The hosts outside the house represent Maria, Saint Virgin Mary, and Jose, and the group inside the house represents the people that will give them shelter and let them come in for the night. After the song is sung, food is given, and that's where the aguinaldos are given as well. Typical aguinaldos contain oranges, candies, and peanuts. I did not have peanuts, so I brought a granola, kind of to represent it. Also, I want to add that for every 9 days, it's different houses, so that means different hosts, and that means different food, and different food, different aguinaldos, different everything, which makes it really exciting because it's like a 9-day festival, especially including Christmas. I identify this culture because it is celebrated in Mexico, and I am Mexican from my dad's side of the family. So my family, friends, and neighbors do participate in and volunteer in posadas during Christmas time. It also represents my Catholic culture because it values the hardship that the Saint Virgin Mary and her husband Jose had to go through. You might think that they had it easy because she did have God's Son, but yet they were very humble, and it was way back then, so they didn't have like cars or anything. They would have to walk and horses and stuff. As a child, I was raised celebrating posadas, and I could not be happier because honestly, I do see posadas as a representation of my Mexican and Catholic culture, but also as a symbol of the togetherness of my family, because during that Christmas time, everyone gets together, not only just my family, but also our friends and our neighbors, and we celebrate the birth of Christ, and it's beautiful. Like, it's beautiful to have that united together. I also like when it's like during Christmas time, during December 16 and December 24. Then when we go outside, we also see different families from different blocks and neighborhoods doing the same thing, which does make me feel happy because I know that we're not the only ones that do it. And it's also beautiful that we all like value God and the Virgin Mary. In conclusion, I would always be Mexican, Catholic, and very proud of who I am. Therefore, an aguinaldo is very important to me because it reminds me of the posadas and the beauty of what the posada really means. I love how posadas unite our family to be closer and also celebrate the birth of Christ. I talked about the history and the importance of posada and what it means to me. Thank you so much for sharing your time and listening to my speech, and if you ever want to be part of the posada, please let me know. My door will be open. Thank you.